This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Hey everybody, it is the After Party Live. Thank you for being here on this Trivia Thursday. Woohoo! Excited to do that with you guys again. And there's some people I want to thank. First of all, for contributing to the After Party Live. These are the people in the month of May so far that are keeping this show on the air. And that includes Wes, huge thank you to you. Carrie, thank you. Karen C, amazing, I appreciate you. Martha, Sarah, Delette, Julie S, Paul L, Pamela K, Gretchen, Linda G, Jim, Carol, and Laura W. so far for the month of May. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for helping keep the After Party Live on the air. We're growing it. It's happening. We're over 1,900 subscribers and we're pushing toward 2,000. So tell your people, just click subscribe. You don't have to even watch this science-y, odd news, offbeat, trivia-laden show. You can just click subscribe, and we thank you for that very much. But I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you're spending the afternoon with me, or at least this hour. Much appreciated. If you can click the like button, I would appreciate that too. So just to click a little like and click a little subscribe, and away we go. I'll start with this story that kind of a bit of a... I don't know if you think it's a bummer or if you think it's a good thing. I kind of have really mixed feelings on zoos. I know sometimes zoos can save animals that can't live in the wild. They act as a bit of a sanctuary. Sometimes, though, I go to a zoo and I see these animals caged up and I get sad about it. So, I'll tell you that the Sacramento Zoo is going bye-bye. Yeah. It's leaving after 97 years, marking the end of an era in the land park area of Sacramento. The decision approved by the Elk Grove City Council Wednesday night. This new zoo is going to be built in Elk Grove, about 16 miles down the road on Highway 99. But the Sacramento Zoo is leaving Sacramento permanently after 97 years. So again, it looks like they're going to have a new zoo in Elk Grove. But that's it. The Sacramento Zoological Society says they have a landlocked 14.7 acre footprint. They've got aged infrastructure. They've got outdated habitats. And all of this has led to a decrease in the number and variety of species that they can keep at the zoo there. They've lost the ability to house tiger, hippopotamus, and bears. They say the decline will continue if that zoo stays where it is. There's a new larger space in Elk Grove, right at Camera Road and Lots Parkway, triple the size. So they think that 1 million people a year are going to go to this new zoo in Elk Grove. I don't know. That would be double the amount that normally go to the Sacramento Zoo. Again, mixed feelings about this. There may be creatures there that can no longer live on their own, or were injured, or were rescued, or for whatever reason. But also, if you're going to triple the size of this zoo, you're going to have to fill it up. And does that mean you're filling it up with creatures that were captured in the wild? What does that mean? And how do we have zoos and do it in a responsible way that doesn't harm wildlife or take animals out of their natural habitats? The new zoo is going to cost $302 million. 57% of that is coming from the city of Elk Grove. So, I don't know. When the Land Park Area Zoo originally opened, that was 1927. It had mostly backyard animals like deer, some birds, some raccoons. They don't know what's going to become of that zoo space that's now old and aging and not good enough anymore. I don't know. They might turn it into an animal sanctuary. They might turn it into a community center. They're not sure what they're going to do with it. I don't know. I'm going to the chat. What are your thoughts about zoos? I don't know. Teacher Lori says no. No zoos. If they need rescue places and places to help resuscitate a species, it should be like the San Diego Wild Animal Park. A refuge is different than a zoo. No animals in cages. I kind of agree with you. Have you ever been to a zoo? And for me, it's the San Francisco Zoo. And it's a beautiful area. It's right near the beach, right? In right near Golden Gate Park. And very green. But you walk in and you see the primate habitat is really large, but you see them behind glass on display as if they're, I don't know, entertainment for you. The birds in these aviaries that are covered with net. It feels like a sad place to me. That's what it feels like. Murphy says maybe the footprint is expanding because they're expanding the habitats. That would be nice. I prefer to see them in the wild, but a bigger habitat is a better thing. Josh making a good point. It's better than circus animals. That's true. Wes likes how Disney does it. They have huge areas of land to try to recreate their habitat on a large scale. They also have the resources to take care of the animals correctly. That seems good. I like that. Yeah. JT says, yes, refuge, a sanctuary, just to rescue the animals, hopefully release when recovered. There's a rescue bird center behind me running on donations. That's pretty cool. There's a rescue place in Marin County called Wild Care. And I remember the lady that used to run Wild Care or work at Wild Care. Her name was Mrs. Terwilliger. And Mrs. Terwilliger was this, it seems to me when I was in elementary school, and she was this older lady with a giant hat and a vest with pockets full of like things and creatures. And she would come around to elementary schools and talk about wildlife and bring birds with her. And she was this amazing woman. Anyway, fast forward to now, both my husband and my niece have volunteered for Wild Care, taking care of these birds. There's another one here in Sonoma County too. And one in Fairfield that's very well known. That's where they take all the birds that when there's some type of oil spill and there's trouble, they take them to the bird sanctuary. There's also the Marine Mammal Center in Sausalito. So, John making a good point. Sacramento has the state legislature. So do they need a zoo? Yeah, that would be 2 zoos. They already have it. Wes saying at Disneyland Animal Kingdom, you drive through the areas in a big truck. Deidre likes it where you see humans see animals from an overhead tram at the I think is that the Oakland Zoo? It sounds like that. Teacher Lori says, I cry at zoos since 17 years old. Had to be the teacher that stayed with the kids, not able to go on the zoo field trips. That's right. Jim says, I live just down the road from the Sacramento Zoo. I would like to see it be an animal sanctuary, a garden, a planetarium. Oh, that'd be good. Or an aquarium. Walter says there used to be a drive-through safari place between Dallas and Fort Worth. Not sure if it's still there. There is a safari in Sonoma County. They do have a tram that you can take the thing. You can't drive your own car through it. But the kids always take field trips there. And I like to see them on the open land better than I like to see them in the zoo. Colleen writing, many zoos are doing good work. San Francisco and Oakland are good examples. Animals get medical care. Species-saving research is being done. That's the thing. That species-saving research of which you speak, I can support that. I still, though, get an oogie feeling when I see them caged up. Colleen, by the way, had a couple really good zingers yesterday in the comments. Thank you for the laughs you gave me. Wes says the only thing Disney doesn't do is let their predators hunt their own food, and that's denying the animal's ability to act on instinct and hunt. I guess probably because they want to save the animals that they have in that area. Mindy says most of us will never travel to Africa to see wild lions, elephants, or monkeys. Remember a woman zookeeper transferring baby lions right in front of us. Apparently they were too young for danger. Yeah. Safari West is what I talked about. Yeah, I do. You can go out there and it's really expensive. You can go to Safari West and they have glamping there where you rent one of their canvas tents that are really nice, and then you can hear the animals around you all night long. And there's pictures of the giraffes coming to your tent overlook. So I've never done that part of it, but I have been out there for a field trip. Deidre says, I grew up in Memphis where we had an old WPA zoo. It was always so sad with all the concrete enclosures. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on. Goodbye, Sacramento Zoo. We'll see what you do next. But the story I wanted to make sure to tell you about today was this one. You never know what you're going to find in floodwaters. I mean, you know, you're kind of wading through to get away. You don't know what's down there, what is washed up from people's homes. Well, in the UK, it was a bit of a surprise. Someone saw this crocodile in the floodwaters in the Buckinghamshire village. And they call the police. There's a crocodile in the floodwaters here in the UK, right near this English village. So the officers from South Buckinghamshire at Thames Valley go out and they look into it, and it's the head of a reptile. It's not real. It's a faker baker. It was a replica or a decoy crocodile head, which you can buy online for as little as £699. In some reports, it was described as a toy alligator. It looks pretty real, though. So then they were posing with the alligator head, posting it on Facebook saying, crikey, it's not every day you get to sent to reports of a crocodile in floodwaters. Don't be alarmed. The croc is now with us at the police station. Yeah. They have the picture of this head in the water, and they now have it on a table at the police station. So, kind of funny. I do think that it looks pretty real. If I were a passerby and I was a little bit, a little distance from this, I might think to myself, that's a crocodile. I might be moved to call 911. I don't know. Or whatever it is in England. Yeah. I think that looks a little too real. But maybe, why would you have this? That's the other question I have. Why would you have that in your house? I don't understand why you would want it. I guess it's not a mask. Maybe for a prank? I don't know. But kind of funny. Here, I have a picture of it on the table at the police station with a little bit more detail. You can kind of see. I'm trying to save it. Here it is. You can kind of see, when it's, obviously it looks a little bit more real when it's in the brown, muddy water there. When it's on the table, you tell it's fake. But it's a really good replica. Look at those teeth. No, thank you. They found a giant, speaking of lizards, iguana. Sorry for the fuzzy picture, but this happened in North Carolina. That's a big iguana. I don't know if I'd pick that up. She's very brave, this police officer. The 5-foot-long iguana that was wandering loose in North Carolina. The second such creature to be found in the city so far this year. The officers from the Raleigh Police Department had to call out the animal control officers Tuesday night on reports of a large lizard on the loose. And they arrived to find this 5-foot iguana. There is not a wild population of iguanas in North Carolina. You'll see them in Florida in a wild type of setting, but not in North Carolina. The police said, the weather may be warm and humid, but this is not Florida. This iguana must have gotten confused. They're seeking the public's support in reporting any additional sightings within the city. The thought is, according to animal control, that it was probably someone's pet that escaped from maybe a traveling vehicle or something like this. Where they located it, they think whoever had it was traveling and somehow it was released. They said, we don't think there's just iguanas running around or escaped from particular businesses, but they're asking people to be on the iguana lookout because, I mean, maybe there are a bunch of iguanas that are, you know, popping up in North Carolina. That's a big one, though. My husband used to have an iguana, and it lived in the room that is now my daughter's room, and it died the day I found out I was pregnant with her, which is kind of weird. It's almost like the iguana knew I needed the room. Einstein was his name. He was a good iguana. I didn't touch him, but he ate tofu and kale, and he was not this big. He was green. Yeah. There's an interesting art installation going on in New York. This is kind of a cool one. It connects Dublin with New York, and you can walk up to this screen and you can see all the people in Dublin real time waving back at you. Look at that.
Welcome to New York!
We love Dublin! Hey! Come on, man. Turn around.
How fun is that to connect with people that are so far away? Kind of a special portal that's connecting Dublin and New York via this live stream. It's a 24/7 visual live stream that allows viewers to connect across 3,000 miles. It's an installation designed by artist Benedictus Gillis, and it live streams silent video, so they can't hear each other yelling, between New York's Flatiron South Public Plaza and North Earl Street in Dublin. It has all kinds of city sponsorships, but you can look at each other in real time across all that distance. The artist says, we provide an unfiltered meeting above all borders, all labels, and that would invite us humans to connect. The portal went live on Wednesday. It includes the inspected exchanges of rude gestures. One person caught on camera trying to flirt and get contact information from someone across the pond. Well, there's a native New Yorker who was trying to connect with her mother back home. So sweet. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's so nice. And so, yeah, it's kind of a nice thing. The people that are supporting this say it's simple communication, whether it's just a wave, hello, a sign, a dance. That's what people are about as far as connecting. This portal will continue to connect New York and the city of Dublin 24 hours a day for the next 6 months. And people are, look at that, flocking to it to say hello. Really, really sweet. So I thought that was kind of a cute story. What about the lengths that we will go to lose weight? Ugh. There's a news story that talks about people that are maybe for whatever reason not able to take things like Ozempic or whatever weight loss product, but really still have a weight problem and need some help. Well, one of the things that researchers have discovered is that, and this kind of sounds so gross and so over the top, but they singe part of your stomach. It's an experimental procedure thus far that could reduce levels of hunger, triggering hormones by burning part of a person's stomach lining. Does that not sound unpleasant? In the procedure, the doctors snake a tube down the throat of the patient with a tiny device that singes the lining of the upper portion of the stomach. It's called the gastric fundus. which is the part of the stomach that produces something called ghrelin. And ghrelin is the primary hormone that controls your appetite. So they did a 6-month trial. Again, small study. They had 10 women that were considered obese. And they received the procedure, resulting in a nearly 8% loss of body weight and more than 40% reduction in fasting ghrelin levels, that hormone. The findings are going to be reported later this month at the Digestive Disease Week medical meeting in Washington, D.C. So while it sounds unpleasant, the difference is it's not a surgery, like a major surgery, like a gastric bypass, or they have to, go in and cut away part of your stomach or intestine or something like that. It's a brief outpatient non-surgical procedure that they say can facilitate weight loss and curb hunger. An additional option for patients who either don't want to or aren't eligible for medications like Wegovy, Ozempic, or bariatric surgery. No, I don't know. It doesn't sound very pleasant, burning away part of your stomach lining. Honestly, it's like the lengths people go to. Yikes. Here's something. I did a story back on KGO about marijuana dispensaries and how they market things that aren't necessarily true. So if you have nausea during pregnancy, or you're pregnant, or whatever, that they'll tell you it's safe, and no one knows if it's safe. So misinformation, right? In certain circumstances. Well, here comes this story about marijuana and breast milk. THC lingers in breast milk for at least 12 hours. So new mothers who like to smoke marijuana could wind up exposing their babies to THC through their own breast milk. I don't think we talk about this enough. I don't think people have enough information about it. So let's do. THC, which is the intoxicating compound in cannabis, dissolves in the fats contained in human milk. Mother's milk, they tested, produced by users of marijuana, always had a detectable amount of THC, even when the mothers had abstained for 12 hours. Now, they say that amounts detected were low, but do you really want to give that to your baby? The infants received an average of 0.07 milligrams of THC per day through breast milk. So, to compare that, a common low-dose edible has 2 milligrams, and this is 0.07. And I would ask, do you really want your infant to have any? Because I absolutely do not. So I would think that it's not safe for pregnant women to control their nausea by ingesting marijuana compounds, nor is it safe to use it while you're breastfeeding, even for the pump and dump. Researchers say no one knows how any amount of THC might affect an infant or its development. That's also important. We don't know. We don't know if, now that marijuana is legal, especially in states like California, if we're going to have a new generation of kids that were exposed at a very young age to things that could impair their development. It could have no effect at all, or it could have a huge effect. We don't know. Why do we want to play with fire? Researchers say breastfeeding parents need to be aware if they use cannabis, their infants are likely consuming cannabinoids via the milk they produce, and they don't know whether this has any effect on the developing infant. I think that's really important. The researchers say there's really no consistent time when a weed user can expect the THC concentrations in their breast milk to peak and then decline. The guidelines for new mothers say wait at least 2 hours after drinking alcohol before breastfeeding, but there are no similar guidelines for cannabis. For participants who used cannabis just once during the study, THC in breast milk peaked between 30 minutes and 2.5 hours before declining. But the moms that used it more often during the study showed continual increases in THC concentrations throughout the day. And the researchers say there's such a range. If you're trying to avoid breastfeeding when the concentration of THC peaks, you really are not going to know when it's at its peak in your breast milk. So, I wanted to throw that story out there because I don't think it's talked about enough. So, yeah. Here's a story that's a little more, I don't know, fun, wacky. It's something. There is an auction, and up for sale is this one-of-a-kind item. Let's take our breastfeeding mom out. A one-of-a-kind item that is custom built. It's the size of an SUV, and it's a red radio flyer wagon that is a vehicle. You don't really get the gist of it until you see it in action. So let me play this for you so you can see what they're auctioning off here. Hold on, I have it for you. Here it is.
What's happening, everyone? Dan Newman here with Alaska Premier Auctions and Appraisals. I am privileged to be here with Judy Foster of Wasilla, Alaska, the original owner of the big red radio flyer wagon. We're sending it off on its final victory lap before it goes to auction. Stay tuned for our spring collector car auction taking place in May, and we can't wait to see who the happy new bidder is going to be that takes this beauty home. Any last words, Judy? There we go. All right.
There it goes. Yeah. It's pretty cool, I will say. I don't know what it's going to go for, but it's a pretty cool looking weird thing. The woman says her husband built this and he passed away, but he adored this thing that he built. And so now she's going to sell it so that someone else can enjoy it as much as her husband did. And again, I don't know how much you pay for something like this or how much it would even be worth. It is pretty cool. I'll say that. I have truly never seen anything like that before. I'm a little worried that I won't be able to get to trivia, and I really want to do trivia today because I have some great questions. But one of the things that I love to do as well is lotto stories. So let's get to the lotto of the day here on the After Party Live. And this one is about a guy who bought his tickets on April 1st, April Fool's Day. He's from Michigan. He buys a Powerball. His name is Jeremiah. He's 43. He said he bought the ticket on April 1st on that drawing and then realized that he had 4 numbers, 4 of the white balls on the Powerball on the ticket that he bought from the 7-Eleven. He said, I looked at my numbers after the drawing and I thought someone was pulling an April Fool's Day prank. He said it felt so unreal to see my numbers come up in the drawing. It's the most exciting April Fool's Day I've ever had. He won $100,000. Very real, not a prank at all. And he said he's going to use it, partly, to build a new house. So there you go. All right, it is Trivia Thursday. So let's get to it because we have a lot to talk about. Woohoo! Trivia Thursday. You guys ready? You got your typing fingers all raring to go? Not a good day well, unless your phone is fast, perhaps. I don't know. Today's trivia category is travel trivia. Yeah! You ready for it? The first question. What is the most common item forgotten when packing for vacation? What's the most common item that people forget when they're packing to go on vacation? shoes would be a good one. By the way, I see this question. He won $100,000, $100,000. Underwear, a toothbrush, shampoo, a hat. That's a good answer, Colleen. Toothpaste, toothbrush. Good answers. All probably commonly forgotten items. The comb. Nope. I don't see the right answer yet. The swimsuit. The tickets. No. The sunglasses. Think modern technology. An American Express card. Don't leave home without it. Deodorant. Thank goodness there's stores everywhere, Jim. Nope. None of these things. Yes, Deidre. The phone charger is indeed the most commonly forgotten item when you're talking about vacations. That phone charger. Have you ever done that? You get to the hotel and you're like, I don't have the phone charger. Where did the bungee jump originate? City and country. Where did the bungee jump originate? Think of the word bungee. Gregory, just to answer your question, I don't think I would say either. I don't think either thing is preferable. I like your picture, though. Yes, it is New Zealand. Colleen for the win. Nice. It's New Zealand. I will give you the city, Auckland, New Zealand. Which country covers the most time zones on the planet? Which country covers the most time zones on the planet? We know? It is not Russia, although you would think that because it's such a big place. Not China, also a large country. It is, Colleen, France. France covers the most time zones on the planet. Yes. All right. Which state in the United States is only one syllable long? Which state in the United States is only one syllable long? We like to do news from this state here on the After Party Live. It is Maine. Absolutely. Josh gets it too. It's Maine. Yep. Well done. Which United States university was the sports drink Gatorade named after? Which university was the sports drink Gatorade named after? It's in America. It was University of Florida. Oops, somewhere in Florida, says JT. I think Colleen had it. The University of Florida. Absolutely. Florida Gators. Gatorade. That's right. With 221,800 islands, this country is estimated to have the most islands in the world. I was surprised by this. 221,800 islands. This country is estimated to have the most islands in the world. Not Indonesia. Not the Philippines. Not Indonesia. No, not Malaysia. It's not a bad answer, but not completely correct. A lot of people thinking the Philippines. I would have thought Micronesia. Yeah, Japan. Right, no. I'll tell you the answer. It is Sweden. Sweden is estimated to have the most islands in the world, which is why I said Denmark was close, but no. How many countries still have a royal family? How many countries still have a royal family? Canada wasn't a bad answer either, Colleen. Yeah, but it was Sweden. How many countries still have... I know, Sandy's like, what? I know. It's a surprise. See what you're gonna learn. You're gonna be able to regurgitate now on at your next cocktail party. 23 says John. 11 says JT. 3 says Gregory. Yeah, living. 100 says Wes. Might have to give you guys the answer. Sandy says 15. The answer is 43. 43 countries still have a royal family. What is considered to be the most bicycle-friendly city in the world? The most bicycle-friendly city in the world. Oh no. Go run and get your lunch and come back and eat it and do trivia with us, Deidre. What's the most bicycle-friendly country, or city, rather, in the world? Wes says it's Amsterdam. John says Amsterdam. A lot of people saying Amsterdam. A very popular answer today. It is not Amsterdam. But you're on the right track. Oh, it's a burrito. No. Do you eat it or do you type it? Well, you could take little bites in between. Amsterdam is a popular answer. The right answer, it's not San Jose, says Sandy. Seattle, Denmark, Belgium, the country. Davis is a very bicycle-friendly city, but it is not that. Geneva, Leiden, I've never been there. The answer is Copenhagen. Copenhagen, considered to be the most bicycle-friendly city in the world. There are only 2 countries in the world that officially begin with the word the. What are they? 2 countries in the world that begin with the word the. What do you think? I have to tell you, I would not have gotten this right. So, the Congo? Or the Congo? No. Colleen says the Gambia and the United States of America. So, I think you have something going there, Colleen, because when we say, we don't just say United States. When people ask us where we're from, we say the United States. When people ask someone where they're from, and if they're from France, they just say France, not the France, right? But that is technically not the correct answer. The Gambia is part of it. What's the other one? The Netherlands, another one. And the United States. Again, not the right answer, but you could make a really good argument that it's right. The Philippines. Again, not correct. And I don't know if it's official or not. Donna's on more of the right track here. The United Kingdom, says Walter as well. The answer is the Gambia and the Bahamas. There it is. Those are the only 2 countries in the world that officially begin with the word the. With a population of 37 million people, what is the largest city population-wise in the world? With the population of, go back to the question, 37 million, which is the largest city population-wise in the world? It is not Mumbai, but that's a great guess. It is not Mexico City. Good guess. Bombay? Nope. New Delhi? Nope. Hong Kong? Great guess, Gregory, but nope. Beijing? Nope. Somewhere in India. And still no. Shanghai, China. Good answer, but no. Beijing? No. Yes. Walnut Creek adult softball for the win. It is Tokyo. Exactly right. Love it. What are the 5 Great Lakes? Let's go. Oh, did Colleen get it first? I'm sorry. Thank you, Colleen. Look at you. I'm sorry I missed it. Yay! Colleen's on fire. What are the 5 Great Lakes? Colleen, Michigan, Superior, Huron, Ontario, and Erie. And she would be correct. That is correct. Which state is known as the Land of Enchantment? Good job, Colleen. A lot of people got that one too. Sandy. John's like, Erie, Superior, and the rest. You know. Erie, Champlain, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Colleen's a traveler. Awesome. Love that. It is New Mexico. Yay, New Mexico. And Maud had it, and Sandy had it, and Colleen. Good job. It is the Land of Enchantment, is New Mexico. The United States has 5 territories. What are they? What are the USA's territories? And again, there are 5. 5 territories. What are they? Wes contributing $5 to the After Party Live PayPal. Thank you so much, Wes. I see it today. Yeah, it's just throwing a little at us every day, and I so appreciate it. What are the 5 territories for the United States? All right, let's see if you guys got it. Yeah, Puerto Rico's one. Colleen says Guam, Puerto Rico, Northern Marianas, and the Johnston Atoll. I'm going to give it to you because it's a lot. I have to read it and then I'll go back and see if you tell me who has it right. Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, and American Samoa. Those are the 5 U.S. territories. Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, and American Samoa. Those are the answers. Do we know who got it? Who got it? I'm sure someone got it. I'm trying to scroll back. Sandy got it. Okay. Oh, Sandy, yay! She's like, I got it! Yay, Sandy! Woohoo! Good for you. I was looking at Gregory had a reverse question for us. I love a reverse question, Gregory. What state is called the Land of Opportunity? Oh, I don't know the answer. Does anyone know? I don't know. I didn't know there would be essays. That's funny. I don't know what's the Land of Opportunity. Does anybody know? I would have thought New York. That would be my guess, JT. California? California? Well, because people were traveling toward the Land of Opportunity, the gold rush, that type of thing. Utah? Do you know the answer, Gregory? Are you going to type it in for us? I say California, says Wes. We are the Golden State, but we may also at one time have been the Land of Opportunity. Now I have to look it up, see who got it right. State nicknames. Arkansas is the Land of Opportunity. Is that right, Gregory? Is that what you got? Yeah, he says Arkansas. I don't think anybody said Arkansas. No. Now we know Arkansas is the Land of Opportunity. Who knew? That's where you go for the big opportunities in life. I don't know. How many versions of the American flag have there been throughout history? How many different versions of it? For flag lovers. Yesterday on the way home from school, I got a barrage of questions about the American flag and whether it's okay to drop it on the ground if you're in a foreign country. I'm like, no, it's never okay. It's according to flag rules, the American flag shouldn't touch the ground. And it doesn't matter if you're an American, in what country you're standing, you don't drop the flag on purpose, right? That was my answer. Let's hope I was right. John with a close answer at 37. It's a little too high. JT a little too low. Luis a little too low. But I love you guys. 50, says Walter. A little too high. You do. I will give you that, Gregory. From now on, you're in charge of trivia. Okay. Every Thursday, you're in charge. 36, says John. 12, says Gordon. 27. You know why I like that, Gregory, though, is because I got to play. And I like playing too. So thank you for that question. The right answer is 27. There were 27 versions of the American flag throughout history so far. So, yeah, pretty good. How many copies of the Declaration of Independence exist today? I don't know how this is a travel question, but that's fine. Walter says, Gregory, you get nothing. Deidre, you're not supposed to Google it. But okay. 27 is the answer. 3, says John. 6, says William. Jim says 6 as well. Lucky number 7 for Nancy. Mo going with 2. There are 26 copies of the Declaration of Independence. So, there you go. Yeah. Which United States city has the most hotel rooms of all the cities in the world? Which United States city has the most hotel rooms of all the cities in the world? I know, I was surprised by this too. Colleen says Orlando. No. Yes, it's Las Vegas, also known as Lost Wages. John gets it. Gordon gets it. Deidre throwing it in there. John goes for it. Yes. Mama and Luis. It is Las Vegas, the city with the most hotel rooms in the entire world. Which is the longest interstate highway within the United States? The longest interstate highway within the United States. Jim should know this one because he's riding around on his motorcycle somewhere. Which is the longest interstate highway within the United States? I would have thought it was Route 66, but it's not. Highway 80, it is not. I've never been on this highway that I know of. Highway 50, nope. 10, the 80, no. No. Nope, not seeing it. Yes, Walnut Creek for the win. Route 90 is the longest interstate highway within the United States. What is considered the happiest language in the world? Now, they don't tell me why it's the happiest language. Perhaps there are more words for happy, or it sounds happy, or I don't know. But what is considered to be the happiest language in the world? Italian, says Luis. Japanese, says JT. Tagalog, says Maud. Hawaiian, says John. French. You're right. I did get confused. I do mean Ricky. Ricky is on his motorcycle. You're correct. My bad. I'm sorry. I got confused. I'm not seeing the right answer. Nepalese is a good one. The right answer is Spanish. Is considered to be the happiest language in the world. And again, I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. Here's a California-related question. What country is considered to be the most earthquake prone? What country is considered to be the most earthquake prone? Oh, did John get it? I missed it. How am I missing so much today? Yesterday, I can't even click the button. Today, I'm missing things on the trivia. Let's see. Let's scroll back up. I'm sorry if I missed that. John did get it. My bad. I'm sorry, John. Rock on. Well done. Maud says, oh, hell no. Try and learn it. Regarding the most earthquake-prone country in the world, the answer is indeed Japan. Yes, Sandy gets it. JT gets it. Deidre gets it. Colleen throwing down with it. Yes. Good job, you guys. What's the national animal of Scotland? What's the national animal of Scotland? Oh no, Murphy. Should I talk slower? I don't know. Colleen knows this one. It's the unicorn. I love it. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. What are the 5 most spoken languages in the world? The 5 most spoken languages in the world. One of them surprises me. No, it's not haggis. It's the unicorn. Oh. I'm sorry you guys aren't able to play. That's a bummer. Colleen says French, English, Spanish, Mandarin, and Cantonese. Excellent guesses. Deidre with English, French, and Spanish. Julie says English, Chinese, French, German. John says Spanish, English, Mandarin, French, and Urdu. Wes with English, Chinese, German, French. This might be a little closer to what it is. So here are the 5 most spoken languages in the world. English, Mandarin, Spanish, Hindustani, and Arabic. English, Mandarin, Spanish, Hindustani, and Arabic. Did anybody get that? Yeah, both, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Well, I don't see, there's a lot of answers there to sift through. I don't see anybody got all 5. Yep. All right, ready for the next one? What is the busiest cruise port in the entire world? The busiest port for cruises in the entire world. Colleen says, we all won. Yay! The language of love times 5, says Josh. Yes, Colleen, it is Miami. Miami is right. The busiest cruise port in the world is Miami. The one time I was in Florida. So, what city is home to the Spanish Steps? Which city is home to the Spanish Steps? No, not Honolulu. Julie gets it. It's Rome. Colleen gets it. It's Rome. Nice. What I'm looking at, Deidre says she got it first. Did she get it first? I don't see it. Oh, Deidre from Miami. Yeah. Excellent. Rome. It's Rome. Wes went on a cruise once. Cruise was nice. The whole boarding process made me feel like a cattle going to slaughter. Oh, God. One of the things I thought was interesting was I got a passport to go on a cruise to the Caribbean. My mom turned 70, and she took my sister and I on a cruise to the Caribbean with her. It was a few years ago. And I thought, well, I'm going to be going to different countries, so I'm going to need my passport. They didn't ask for it once when you're getting on and off the cruise ship. They didn't care. Apparently, I didn't need to have it, so. But now I have a passport, so that's great. Where is the unusual geological formation on the Chocolate Hills located? The unusual geological formation on the Chocolate Hills. Where is that located? Now, they want you to tell me the specific province and the country. I don't know. I don't know if I would know that. But they're really, really interesting. The Chocolate Hills. I want to show you a picture of it because it's cool looking. Charlie and the Chocolate from Wonkaland. Hershey, Ice Cream Valley. Yeah. I think Sandy has it. It is in the Philippines. I want to show you a photo of it because it's really, really interesting. I think it's really interesting. Here it is. You don't see rolling hills. Well, you see rolling hills around the Bay Area, but not like that. The Chocolate Hills. Look at that. Right on. All right. Just a couple more, and then we should probably wrap it up for the day. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I did see Jim Lou with a question. Jim asking, where are you, Jim? Go scroll back to your question. Was it, what is the sleepiest country? What did you have? There. Just scroll back to find out what you had. Ask it again. If you ask it again, I will ask it as well. Never seen that before. The Chocolate Mountains. Tasty. Yeah. Oh, Jim says, what's the country with the most sheep? Thanks, Jim. The country with the most sheep. You better be ready with the answer. Julie says Spain has the most sheep. I love how you guys get into the question answer asking today. This is great. New Zealand, John says, has the most sheep. Julie with New Zealand. Deidre with Australia. Nancy says it's Ireland. John Watson got it, says Colleen. Brazil, says Josh. John Watson said New Zealand. Is that what it is? What is it, Jim? We're ready for the answer. China. He said they eat so many and they ship them in from New Zealand. China is the country with the most sheep. That's so interesting. I didn't know that. Fascinating. Love it. Thank you for the question. Which Japanese island is inhabited entirely by rabbits? Which Japanese island is inhabited entirely by rabbits? I would not know this answer. But you might, because you guys are super smart. And you're well-traveled. Rabbit Island. There you go. The smelly one, says Deidre. I think Deidre wins that one. Oh, Julie, Bunny Isle. Easter Island. Good answers. Bugs Bunny Island. The answer is Okonoshima. Okonoshima. All right. Should we do an easy one or a hard one for the last one? What do you guys think? How about this one? How many different spoken languages exist in the world today? We're not counting the ones that are gone. How many different spoken languages exist in the world today? The worm ate my brain. You and RFK. 211. Way low, my friend. 11,780. A little bit high. 3,000, says Nancy. Portions redacted. 249. I like your dragon picture. JT says 15,000. Colleen says 13,000 languages. A little high. Gordon got the brainworms too. Oh, there you go. JT says 9,999. Also a little too high. It is in the thousands. 11,780. Of course. Okonishima. It was on the tip of my tongue. That's one of those John Daly would have said, don't ask a question that no one's going to know the answer to. That's not fun. It is 6,500. There are 6,500 languages that exist, spoken languages that exist in the world today. So, pretty fun. Travel trivia. I loved it. And there are so many questions I didn't get to. So we may have to go back to this topic. That was really fun. I have so many questions or so many stories that I didn't get to today that I will bring to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a live show. The Nikki Maduro show starts at 10 a.m. and it's the Mother's Day special. We have a recorded Mother's Day interview, but before and after that, Nikki and I will be live. The show probably about an hour in length tomorrow. Then we have the Mark Thompson show with Friday Fabulous Florida and Michael Schur and Michael Snyder. And then Tim Sika tomorrow on the After Party Live will be very fun as well. I hope you will join me again. Thank you guys for sharing the short videos that I try to post every day. Really, really appreciate it. I had one the other day that had 1.9 thousand views. That's pretty good. Most of them have about 400 or 500. So the more people that view it, the more people that subscribe, that'll get us up to that 2,000. And I really appreciate it. Thank you for contributing. Again, I have my list of people for the month of May so far. Wes multiple times, Carrie, Karen C, Martha, Sarah, Delette, Julie S, Paul L, Pamela K, Gretchen, Linda G, Jim, Carol, Laura W. Huge thank you. The PayPal information at the bottom of the show description and also in the About tab of the show as well. This is the After Party Live. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and make it a good one. And I will see you right back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.